Hey everyone, thank you for watching Infinite Realms. My name is Robert. Today we're going to take a look at G.I. Joe Classified Lady Jaye. And I went with the original release on this one because I just thought she looked better. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't like the bright colors of the classic release. I didn't like the equipment either, and I'll get to that in just a second. I just thought this was a better looking release, even though, yeah, okay, the face is kind of manly. But I'll get off that. But as you can see on the spinner, I mean, I do like the duller colors. That really helps the figure out, I think. And, again, the brighter colors were well, yeah, they are more reminiscent of the original toy. It also, that was a point that actually bothered me about the original toy. It was so bright. One of my favorite releases from the anniversary lines was Lady Jaye in the cartoon pack, and I did like the fact that she had a two-tone to her. She had darker green pants and a lighter green shirt, rather than just being one tone all the way through. Doesn't appear they're going to do that in Classified. Not a worry. I'm not going to gripe about it, and I just said, well, let me go get that original one. Plus, again, I like the accessory better, which we will get to in just a moment. So yeah, here's Lady Jaye out of the box, and again, like I said, I do like these muted colors. I think they just work better for the figure. I like that patch on the side. That works pretty well. There's a lot I really think works on this figure. Yeah, the face leaves a little to be desired. I will give everyone who says that. Yes, I also think the one on the retro carded pack leaves a little to be desired. So there's just no helping it. I mean, there isn't. There's just no helping that one. And so Lady Jaye comes with a gun that took me a few minutes to realize is that same fugly javelin launcher that comes with the retro one, and is supposed to emulate the one that came with her original figure, and I always hated that. I just gotta say it. I hated that with her original figure, and I hate it now. I never liked it. It's just not something I cared for. I just thought it was a dumb idea. I mean, you're already stretching it with having somebody throw javelins. I always kind of had it written in my kind of mind that probably Lady Jaye was an Olympic athlete who maybe had a world record in javelin. That's why she used javelins, because she was just good with them, and that's why those were incorporated into combat situations. But yeah, I don't think there's any real. I mean, I don't think there's a real world practical use for this. I just thought it would, it's kind of like Hawkeye, man. He's just good, and then they just kind of threw that on to G.I. Joe as well. And of course, her backpack leaves a lot to be desired. It can hold one javelin on the side. Uh, I would have preferred something that would hold both javelins, but I suppose you can argue she can put a javelin in her hand and a javelin in the pack, and then have two javelins. And then there's this silly piece here, which I think is supposed to like go over her eye and help her to aim, but I had a really hard time getting in front of her face. I don't know. I that's the only thing I can see it could be for, but it just doesn't work. It's another one of those sci-fi element gimmicks that they added on that simply doesn't work. I mean, it just doesn't. Now, in spite of a bunch of issues, she still has some pretty good qualities. I mean, she can hold back and look good throwing a javelin. And, I mean, overall, the figure, again, minus the face sculpt, does look pretty solid. Now, she comes with 3 javelin heads. There's 2 of these bladed ones. They're pretty much the same. And then this one, I think somebody said was supposed to be for the net was supposed to explode out of it. They're okay, but I think she could have benefited from having a few more, just to lend some variety to it. Okay, another fine feature is the swappable hat and hair. Pretty simple. Just like grab that and oops, be screaming bloody murder at the horror, and just pop the hat back on there, something like that. There we go. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the cap because it's reminiscent of the old figure. I always hated that the old figure had a cap on because I thought, you know, it should have looked more like the cartoon. I think in the comics she went she went both ways. She would show up with a cap one issue and without it the next, but I always kind of preferred the no cap. We only got one 3 3/4 inch figure that I remember without the cap, and that was a pretty good one. I think it was the anniversary line in the cartoon box set. There might have been another one in later in the line after I kind of got out of it, but I don't think there was. Okay, and for some comparisons, here is Barbecue and Zartan. My camera battery is running out, so I better wrap this up pretty quick. Okay, score time, and begrudgingly, I'm going to have to give this one 3.5 stars. There's a lot of issues with this one. First off, even if you use the javelin launcher and the javelin holder, you're still left with one javelin head that has nowhere to go. Not being able to hold all the equipment is a pretty big deal. The other one is, again, that face sculpt. I think they did a little bit of a paint job on the Retro Carter one, but not much. And, you know, I'm sorry, the sculpt just looks rough. I give it a little bit for, you know, the play feature, being able to switch out and do whatever look you want. That's nice. I can go with that, but still, I just can't in good conscience give this anything besides 3.5. Little better than average, but could have been so much more. I will also give them credit on pinless double jointed elbows finally on a female. Marvel Legends, look over here. They did it. Okay, so that's going to wrap up this review of Lady Jaye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.